and gentlemen, I'm sorry to announce that it really gives me a great deal of grief to announce that I'm the first person to speak this evening. I had heard from more than one source, actually, that Mandy was a little bit terrified of what I was going to say. Still is. Totally justified, I have to say. But I can assure you, Mandy, you have nothing to worry about. I'm serious. You have nothing to worry about. Your husband, on the other hand.
You married me, so she knows.
I'd like you all to just sort of build this little picture in your heads of a great family holiday in Menorca, if you've ever been there. It's a lovely holiday island. And we spent a lot of time around the swimming pool. And one of the sort of focal points of the holiday was a little, very, very blonde-haired 3-year-old boy with quite dark skin, because we've been out sailing a lot. So you get this picture of this sort of bronzed thingy with blonde hair, little lad, who actually, even at 3 years old, was a very competent swimmer. It was like having a freshly caught cod to come and cuddle you. So he got the nickname of the codfish from that holiday. And even now, 30 how many years later?
25.
Every now and again, the handle of codfish comes out. So one fine afternoon, when all this was going on, thank you, Thea. When all this was going on, he grabbed the biggest bag of crisps that you could imagine. This bag of crisps was as tall as he was. So you got this image of the little lad, who's just come out of the bag of crisps, and he's tucking into these crisps. And Uncle Geoffrey is down there. Uncle Geoffrey said, "Can I have some of your crisps, Adam?" And he said, "No." And that was the start of the negotiation. And this went on for 10 minutes? About 10 minutes or so. And Jeff, of course, persisted and kept asking for the crisps. And eventually, Adam capitulated. And he looked Jeff square in the eye. I'll never forget this. I'm talking about 30 years ago. He looked him square in the eye with a crooked finger and said, "You can have one." How long did the negotiation go on after that, Jeff?
I can't remember.
Can you remember how many crisps you eventually managed to negotiate? I think it was something like 2 or 3 crisps that Uncle Jeff managed to negotiate out of Adam. So that set a really good scene for Adam and Mandy's courtship. Because I think... I think it is fair to say, Mandy, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, you were not the most willing of brides. So Adam had to really, really work hard at this, and these negotiating skills that he had displayed at the ripe old age of 3 were used to the fullest degree. And I think it's fair to say that the ring was actually a flanker that you pulled. Yeah. If you don't know the story, Adam bought the ring on the premise of buying her a ring and then used it to propose to Mandy with. And he eventually got the answer that he was looking for. Yeah, which was...
goes and a yes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, I have to say, with all this having gone on in the background, Adam had really, really used these negotiating skills to his best advantage, because he found a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, hadn't he? Come on, fair. So, on to moving the clock swiftly forward to yesterday evening, last evening, what's the correct way of putting that? Who cares? So last evening when we ate next door with Rachel's mum, and Wendy, bless her heart, had bought this really brilliant game called Bride or Groom. And the idea is that you actually have to ask the gathered throng these questions, and everybody had to say who was more likely to be the person described here. So I've shortlisted literally just a handful of questions out of that. This is a bit of audience participation now. So if you're asleep already, could I ask you just sort of to wake up a little bit, or if there's somebody asleep next to you, just give them a nudge, wake them up. So here's a good one. Who is more likely to cry at a sad film?
Mandy's already asleep.
Sorry. What was the answer?
This is a great one, this is. Who is the biggest practical joker?
Mandy's more subtle.
Apparently you know it better than everybody else.
Mixed. I think it's mixed.
You've actually married an alpaca.
Now, I've got to say to you, I think everybody here will find this one really difficult to answer. Who is the bigger party animal?
Mandy later on.
I think the hounds were wilder.
Fair play.
The stags don't remember any of that.
Either do
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't there.
This one is much more controversial. I am going to be controversial, just mildly, just a little bit. Who is less likely to admit when they're wrong?
It's about 50-50 to be fair.
Yeah.
And this one is actually delving into their most intimate secrets.
Oh, okay.
1 inch.
Any of you who've been in a long-term relationship will know the intimacy of this question. Who is more likely to be a secret midnight snacker?
I think Mandy's up.
We all know Mandy's the secret one.
You're all along, we're in bed by 10 o'clock.
No way. I have to say that if they've enjoyed themselves just 10% of how I enjoyed myself today, they've had a wonderful day. I hope everybody else has. What has to be said is that, and forgive me those who were in our more COVID restricted celebrations last year, is that I have come to know Adam and Mandy as to be just two peas in a pod. They are that close. And so I will ask all of you to join me in toasting 2 peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pod.